Part number 18, Shadow of the Tomb Raider. I guess I'll just go ahead and continue on with the story some more. Have I talked?
Did you say someone's missing?
Yes, Isabela, another member of the field study. I checked on her after the first tremors this morning, but her tent was empty.
You should ask Manu. He probably told her where to find El Dorado.
This is serious. We had a fight last night. A bad one.
I'm sorry, Guillermo. I didn't realize. Please, continue.
You had a fight. I don't mean to pry, but...
It's all right. We've been very close friends for almost a year, and I think both of us would like there to be more, but neither of us has broached the subject. Isa and Sarah, they often don't get along. Sorry, Sarah, but it's true. Because Sarah insists on her team being very down to earth, while Isa has a passion for folkloric tales of hidden temples. I often get caught in the middle.
Those stories always come from somewhere. Even if most of it is made up, there'll be some kernel of truth to it.
That's Isa's viewpoint too. Anyway, there's an old blind man who lives here named Manu who's full of these kinds of stories. He convinced her there's a secret crypt hidden around here, and last night she asked me to come with her and find it. I refused, and we got into the old fight. It ended with her calling me a hidebound coward and me calling her a foolish child.
So she ran off.
Yes, to as she put it, prove all you naysayers wrong. This morning I heard rumors that she vandalized the cemetery last night. That's when I started looking for her. When I found her missing with no one knowing anything, I started to worry. What if she went looking for the crypt and something happened? I can never forgive myself.
All right. You stay here, so if there's news or she comes back, you'll know about it. I'll go looking for Isabela, starting with the cemetery.
You'd do that?
To be honest, I'm as curious about that crypt as she is.
Huh. So, what is this on the map? What is this? Investigate the cemetery. See, I don't know if I should go do that now or go ahead and continue with the main story. What is this? I really don't know at this point.
Laura, you find anything yet?
Abby's friend mentioned a crypt somewhere around the library. I'll meet you there. I don't have enough space for that.
Hard work is good for the soul. The sect has been maintaining this mission through hard work for over 400 years. Angel de la Cruz and Truilos Serrano arrived here back then and immediately set to work. Their philosophy of labor being the only true way to get closer to God is one we still follow, even now.
Huh. See what he has to
I
say.
can't quite explain it, but have you noticed how the world seems thinner here than in other places? Like, it's just a curtain drawn, and if you found the cord, you could pull it and see heaven itself. There seems like a tangible connection between this life and the next here. Or maybe we're all already dead. Or maybe I need to get out of the sun for a little while.
Secret tomb. What's this person have to say?
You know, it seems like every few years, God throws a disaster this way.
I can see that the earthquake caused a lot of damage.
Nothing we can't fix with enough time. And materials. Unfortunately, one of those is in short supply.
What do you want me to do about it?
So there's a crypt around here somewhere.
A secret crypt.
Hold on, wait 1 second. Sorry, that was my boss lady texting me.
Why secret? If Lopez is involved, there's bound to be a trick.
That's a solid theory. What about you? Did you find anything?
I got a pamphlet. 7 Steps Closer to God.
Who knows? Maybe it'll help.
I wanted to talk to her, but go this way.
Feels like a mausoleum.
Means we're on the right track, right?
That would be creepy.
Jonah, I
having a
feel
library.
something. We're getting close.
Cemetery.
Let's look around for signs of Lopez.
Alright, what's this?
And under his wings you may seek refuge. Under his wings.
Under his wings.
A heron and an eclipse.
Heron and an eclipse. So, hold on.
25th of December, 1603. It has been 4 days since we turned away from the city. We traveled in silence and in circles, guided by a confusion of grief, relief, and celebration. Lopez and I exited the jungle and landed in a clearing, under the gaze of several faces carved into the side of the mountain. Lopez had an episode, as he later called it. He threw himself in front of the faces and screamed for forgiveness. The heaviest sin on his heart was abandoning Perez to the strange warriors. They had grown close over the journey. Try as I might, I could not console him, so I built a fire and waited, as he decreed his actions and pleaded for forgiveness from the silent stone faces.
Huh. Alright, let me check upstairs.
"26th of December, 1603. Lopez woke me, having already prepared a Spartan breakfast. This is where we were meant to be, he said, a cold determination in his voice, so very different from how he acted just the day before. I finished my meal as he spoke of holy retribution, how he had acted in error, but now God had put his hands on his shoulders and shown him the path to walk. We will spread the true word of God from this small mission, he said, pointing to an adobe building just beyond the stone faces. We will prepare the path for the chosen one to follow, for only he who does will be worthy of this box.
So, man, that box though.
Jonah, this book describes a stranger's arrival at the mission. He founded the Sect of Seven. Maybe that was Lopez.
Like on the pamphlet. We must be getting close. We should keep looking.
Don't fall, don't fall. God, please don't fall.
John, son of Zebedee, one of Jesus' apostles, also called the beloved disciple. He and his brother James were known for their impetuousness and temper, which prompted Christ to start calling them Boanerges, sons of thunder. John is credited with writing 5 books of the New Testament, the Gospel of John, the 3 epistles of John, and the Book of Revelation. He's the patron saint of love and loyalty, as well as writers, publishers, and scholars. One of his symbols is a serpent in a cup, which is linked to his patronage of victims of poisoning and burns.
Okay. Anything over here? No. Alright, here we go.
This roughly drawn sketch shows St. John repelling a demon attack. Perhaps they plan to have this as one of the frescoes in the mission.
I kind of like to read every note or click on it, so I don't know. It's just gives me something to do. What's behind you?
The sun will be darkened, and the moon will not give its light. Jonah, those 2 Bible quotes. The sun will be darkened, and under his wings you may seek refuge.
What does it mean?
That's it. Look for a heron and an eclipse.
Look for a heron and an eclipse. But, hold on.
Brother de la Cruz appeared one day, emerging from the jungle, breathing new life into the mission. There were just the three of us when he arrived, and Sister Dorothea had been ill for many weeks. He and his associate began to work that first day. By the next week, de la Cruz had recruited a workforce of 36. They prepared the bell tower and worked the fields, planting crops. Brother de la Cruz aims to make us self-sufficient. We'd spent so long alone out here, I'd worried we'd lose God's ear. Lo and behold, we not only had his ear, but he sent another to act as his hands as well.
That's not nice.
Tardaremos eternidades. ¿Cuántos años?
Un paso a la vez. Un día a la vez.
Did you hear something? Are they right below us? Literally, I just heard talking.
There's a whole mural under here. Veracruz, the true cross.
Is that what I think it is?
The silver box. It's unmistakable.
Jesus takes up the cross. These are the stations of the cross. But there's a bunch missing.
Before 1600, there were only 7. This could date back to the time of Lopez.
This is one of his clues.
Yeah, it's the kind of thing he does.
All right. Let's see if we can find a cross lying around here somewhere.
Now, how are we gonna do that?
When we find the box, how do we get the feedback from the big guys?
We'll find a way.
I heard a person talk.
It seems we only have all that responsibility.
I can only imagine. The door closed and a silence settled, so great and so vast I held my breath for fear of breaking it. Lopez turned to me, his eyes wild, a smile screwed across his face. He came toward me, arms outstretched, and for a moment fear flickered across my heart. But he pulled me close, his fingers digging into my shoulders. I found it, he whispered in my ear, and releasing me, he wandered through this room, walls of pure jade reaching up to the heavens, completely covered in intricate etched mosaics and carved figures. I followed at a distance as he approached an altar, and watched as he lifted a silver box from it.
Huh. That's that silver box we were talking about.
The others are worried that Brothers de la Cruz and Serrano will not return. I have so far maintained they will, that they always have. But in my heart I am beginning to believe we have seen the last of them, and that grief weighs heavily. We will continue their work. Either they will return to find we have not forgotten the teachings, or they will look down on us from above and bless our continued labors.
Alright, here we go. Where did he go? Oh, he's right there. Okay. I just want to hear the person talk.
Found something?
Yeah. Jesus takes up the cross. Help me lift this.
That actually worked.
Looks like a long way down. Let's see where this leads.
Oh, no. I bet you that ain't gonna break. I bet. That wood does not look sturdy. Never mind.
Station 2. Jesus falls the first time.
There's an inscription here. Annulate dum cruce habitus.
Have walk while you have the light.
That was easy.
I wouldn't want to be buried in here. I had tossed a kind of cross somewhere.
Walk while you have the light, so that the darkness may not overtake you,
Sounds like a hint.
or a threat.
This looks like a...
Station 3. Jesus meets his mother.
The mirror this place. I'll give you a boost. Hey, it worked. The light leads this way.
Well, obviously. Jonah, obviously.
What happened to these people?
Looks like the light activated something.
Laura! Are you alright? You're lucky it was a little rusted.
This must be Station 4.
Yeah,
Let's have a look at these frescoes.
these people look like they were tortured. What did they say?
I don't think this was just a crypt. I'll get it.
Well, that was it.
Station 5. Jesus falls the second time.
Holy crap.
Laura, is that what I think it is?
The Stations of the Cross again.
What with mummies? Isn't this sacrilegious?
Not necessarily. They could have been paying the ultimate homage.
Or they were just sick?
This must be Station 6. Have to use the light beam to follow the Stations of the Cross.
Looks like a church. These ones are built by monks.
Uh-huh.
Wait, hold on.
think this was a place of worship for an underground sect.
Guess this is the second of a camp.
Maybe I should have thought that through. Or just keep down and go down the road. So hold on, wait just a minute.
Looks like a church. These ones are posed like monks.
Alright.
Uh-huh. They're lifting him.
They're lifting
They're
him.
carrying him.
Carrying him. I know it's not this one, but
She's wiping his face, I think.
so
Lopez staged the whole crucifixion for money.
alright.
Seems sacrilegious.
I think this was a place of worship for an underground sect.
Guess this is the second of a camp. This is disgusting. I'm glad I wasn't around when Lopez was.
Here we go.
That inscription. Do not fear those.
Don't let Lopez get in your head. He's called. Have to use the light beam to follow the stations of the cross. He's carrying the cross.
Well, I know that one side. I want to do this side now. So he's carrying the cross.
I think he's taking up the cross.
These ones are posed like monks.
Ah, Jesus, nailed to the cross.
That one. I should have known that. Really. Oh, I can't do that one yet. No, I get this one. Dang it.
Lopez staged the whole crucifixion for money. Seems sacrilegious.
I think this was a place of worship for an underground sect.
Guess this is the second of a camp. This is disgusting. That inscription. Do not fear those who kill the body. Where are they?
Don't
He just
let
stood in there.
Lopez get in your head. He's caused enough trouble already.
Let's do this.
Got it. Bingo.
What the hell happened here?
Lopez had his disciple wall him in and then... bang.
No witnesses.
The box of Yeshua.
There it is.
Only the hands of the righteous one may seize destiny from mine.
guess it's you then.
He led us on this goose chase. He sabotaged every clue.
All to keep this box from Trinity.
And the people of Paititi. He was totally consumed by it.
Oh heck no. Claustrophobic and two. It's a tight fit, Go, go, go,
Where is she?
I don't know.
I just need the box.
Fuck you!
Well, I guess we're done here. Stop!
Let him go! Release him, and I will give you the box.
Lara, what are you doing?
I've lost enough people.
I know you have. Your father was brilliant.
He was taken from me before I could know.
He was my friend. But he was obsessed, relentless.
You didn't know him.
He refused to see the potential for destruction in his work. He had to be stopped.
You had him killed.
He was going to lead the public to Paititi. Everything I love, everything I fought for. My world would have been destroyed.
And what about my world?
You can't think it's the same.
It is to a 9-year-old girl. I was a child.
There was too much at stake. An entire civilization, hundreds of years of independence, thousands of lives. I had no choice.
There's always a choice. It's not too late. You can honor Unuratu and restore the sun.
No. The threat must be removed.
You're a low, selfish, murdering coward.
And you, Lara? How many lives have you ended? In pursuit of what? Lara! Go! Stop him!
End it right here. I'll be right back on in a few. Make sure to subscribe. Peace out.